Hey, are you a policy advisor in the Eastern Caribbean or in the Dutch Caribbean that are concerned about the Sustainable Development Goals and especially goal number 8, decent work and economic growth? Then this episode is for you, because in the next 10 minutes I'm going to show you how you can work on this indicator, how you can work on all the economic indicators in this SDG goal. Then, are you still here? If you are still here, then stay with me. Hi, my name is Rooney Calmera, and as you know, every Friday I bring you the Data Analysis and Policy Show, the show for policy advisors in the Eastern Caribbean and in the Dutch Caribbean, the 10 islands of the Eastern Caribbean and the Dutch Caribbean, and the 2 islands of the Dutch Caribbean. So, I am a senior policy advisor, and I create economic analysis. I've been doing that for the last 23 years, and I help policy advisors turn into trusted advisors. Policy advisors in the Eastern Caribbean and in the Dutch Caribbean turn into trusted advisors and also get a higher paycheck. So, today I want to share with you something about how you can work on the Sustainable Development Goals, especially goal number 8, economic growth, and what you need to work on this goal. So let me go right away to my screen to share with you. Now, this is a website, dashboards.sdgindex.org, and this is, for instance, the dashboard for Dominica. You can have this dashboard for almost all the islands of the Eastern Caribbean. Not yet for the island of Curacao and St. Martin for the Dutch Caribbean, but almost from all the islands of the 8 islands of the Eastern Caribbean. So this is the dashboard, the SDG dashboard, where you see the progress on all those SDGs. And if you look at the SDG number 8, decent work and economic growth, you see that there are not a lot of indicators for Dominica. How is this possible? So if you want to work on this indicator, you want economic growth, how can you do that? Because economic growth is fueling most of the other SDGs. If you don't have economic growth, you don't have jobs, then you don't have funds to invest, for instance, in the environment. If you don't have funds, you cannot invest into life below water. If nobody has jobs, income coming in, you cannot take action, take climate action. If you are not having any money, no jobs, no income, no profits, you don't have money for partnerships for the goals. So it is very important that you know how to work on the economic growth, that you have a framework to work on economic growth. And I have a framework for all the 8 Eastern Caribbean islands and the 2 Dutch Caribbean islands, Curacao and St. Martin. And I will share that framework with you. So why is this so important? It is important because as a policy advisor, you don't want to be gathering all the data. You want a framework where you discuss with other people, a framework that helps you do the analysis, a framework containing all the data that helps you do the analysis and that helps you create the right policies. And the policies are policies that help your island to move towards the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. So I'm going to show you now my framework for Dominica, and I have this same framework for all the 8 islands in the Eastern Caribbean and the 2 Dutch Caribbean islands, Curacao and St. Martin. So if you are living on Grenada, St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica, Anguilla, if you are living on Montserrat, if you are living on St. Kitts and Nevis, then this framework I also have this framework, and I'm going to give you something very special because I'm working on a very special experience for policy advisors that want to move ahead, that want to take the next level. So let me show you this this screenshot. Now let me show you my screen demo. So this is a snapshot. I'm only giving you some a preview of the framework for Dominica. It's an economic framework. They call it a macroeconomic model. And in that model, you have here the dashboard. For instance, the real GDP, the household. You see investments. You see number of employed. It's showing up in a while. Number of employed. You see purchasing power. So if you're talking about poverty, you need that indicator. Inflation, what is inflation doing? Unemployment, you see population. So all these indicators, and this is a past version of this, this model. You see the debt, you see employment. So all the SDG, the indicators that are relevant for SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth. If you are trying to stimulate economic growth, this framework helps you create scenarios, helps you with all the data. Now let me show you something else of the framework. So this is the dashboard with some indicators, and this is the model, this is the framework. So we have a framework up till 2030. We have a framework of the, here do you see the real sector? So the real sector indicators, all the indicators in the economy. You see the fiscal sector, so all indicators of the government, expenditures and revenues. And you have the external sector, that is the what is the Dominica doing with trade, services and goods, buying goods and selling goods and services to the external world. You have the monetary sector, which is very important. And you have the household sector, that's a labor market sector. So the tourism sector, we have a tourism sector because it's very important for those islands. And then the key indicators. So what is this? This is a framework that will help you with all the data, all the help you create the right analysis for the SDG 8. And I have something else, which is you can simulate with that framework. Imagine, let me go back to my screen. Imagine you are here in the simulation and you want to simulate. You have here 27 variables, economic variables, and you want to create a package to improve the economic situation in Dominica. Remember, it's not only Dominica, but it's for each individual island of the Eastern Caribbean. I've been building these models for 23 years. It's in a normal spreadsheet, and it is a way to have stakeholders come together to work on the SDG goals, on especially the economic part, till 2030. So you have all kinds of simulations, all kinds of scenarios that you can be running to do that. And there are many graphs, what the different sectors are doing, etc. Monetary sector, etc. Different graphs. Okay, so are you still there? So are you still there? If you are still there and you want to be part of this wonderful experience, and this experience will be only for 50 people, in all the Caribbean. So there are 10 islands. So these 50 people, these places will be filled very quickly. And if you are interested, what you really need to do right now is, you are on this website, on this Facebook page. If you're seeing this on a Facebook page, then click on the message box on this Facebook page, and a chat box will open, and my chatbot assistant, who is Anna, will onboard you to my community of policy advisors that want to become trusted advisors for policymakers in their island and for their managers. Because they have a framework. They have the right framework to do policy analysis. And it's a unique framework, and you will be an expert when you use this framework. You will be really improving your career. You will be having a higher paycheck, and actually most of my students who use this will actually get offers from the private sector, etc. So if you are on YouTube or on LinkedIn, I want you to just click on m.me/policy in paradise. That is, you're going to a browser and you are just clicking on that http www.m.me/policy in paradise, and a chat box will open, and a chatbot will onboard you for free in my community. And I'm going to send the special offers as soon as the door are open. The will be open in a short period. As soon as the doors are open, I will be giving this information only to the people in my community. So only the people in my community will have the priority, the first seats to open for this opportunity. So if you want to invest in yourself, if you want to understand more about the economies of the Eastern Caribbean and the Dutch Caribbean, I'm saying them again: Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts and Nevis, Dominica, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat, and then the Dutch Caribbean, Curacao and St. Martin. If you want to be part of a selected group of policy advisors, only 50 people that are going to work on the Sustainable Development Goals, that are working on the economy, understanding their economy, coming up with scenarios, playing with the economy, having all the data of these economies, discussing what can be done to reach this, to let the economy grow, then please click on that link and onboard to my community. Okay, so that's it for this week. Please share this episode with as many people as possible in the Eastern Caribbean and in the Dutch Caribbean. It just takes one click for you to share it. And once you share it, people will be very, very, very happy with you because they have value. This is a unique opportunity. Okay? So as soon as the doors open, you will be invited when you are in my community. Okay? You will be invited as first. So thank you very much. And please share this episode. And if you have any questions, comment below. Comment below if you are on Facebook. Comment below if you are on YouTube. Comment below if you are on LinkedIn. That is where this episode will be posted. Bye.